Welcome to Center Court. We're here at the University of Cincinnati. Now this place is very, very special to me because I had an opportunity to play basketball here under Bob Huggins back in the good old days, 97 through 99, back when I had hair. But there's something real special about this place. And this place has something not a lot of universities can say they have, and that's national championships. If you look over here, you'll see the 1961 and 1962 National Championship Trophy. Today we're going to interview Sean Kilpatrick and Justin Jackson, two seniors that have been a part of rebuilding this program and bringing it back to dominance. What we hope as Bearcat fans and former players is that we can add something to this trophy case, and that's the 2014 National Championship Trophy. We're going to talk to Sean and Justin about their journey here at the University of Cincinnati, music they like, and just great experiences they've had at the University of Cincinnati. Enjoy the interview. Welcome back to Center Court. I'm your host, Alex Meacham. And like I said before, we're here at the University of Cincinnati. Obviously, this place is very special to me. Played basketball here and went to school here. So I have a lot of passion for the University of Cincinnati, and I have a lot of passion for the University of Cincinnati basketball program. And, I go back to a lot of the games, and I've had a chance to get to know two guys that go here and play basketball here, and it's Sean Kilpatrick and Justin Jackson. What's going on, man?
How you doing, man? You all right?
Doing well, doing well.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Chilling.
So, like I was talking to you guys earlier, these guys, because they've had such a great season, they're getting interviewed a lot by a lot of different media outlets, and you've been asked the same questions over and over. So we want to do some different things and ask you some maybe out of the box questions. But before we get to some of that, talk a little bit about the season. Just tell me about maybe something that's been really memorable for you at this point with this season. JJ, we'll start with you.
Just the way it's going, just the way the path is, just the way our team been going, and just the family, just the journey. There's no word for it.
And what you said right there is key, the journey. So at the Louisville game, that place was packed, right? It was rocking.
Right.
And like I told a lot of the fans, at the beginning of the year, the fans were not coming out like they did for the Louisville game. And what I told a lot of the fans were, it's a journey. Enjoy the process. And it's been really cool to watch you guys, game after game, keep grinding and chipping away. And that eventually led to that Louisville game. And how was that Louisville game as far as, I know the result, but the energy?
It was amazing. I remember the first whiteout game we was a part of was the Syracuse game, and that topped the Syracuse game.
Yeah.
That was something that was really amazing, and the fans, being able to just like dribble the ball up the court and really see the floor shaking. That was something that really amazed me the most. So it was amazing.
Let me touch on something you just said, and that's the fans. The fans out there, one thing I think you've done a great job with from the time you got here until this point is connecting with the fans and using social media. So how have you, consciously made an effort to really connect with the fans? Where does that come from? Because not every player does that.
I know that, our fans are our sixth man. We go to school with these people. I don't want them to feel as if, as a team, that we're so much bigger than they are. We're still students as well, and being able to see those people on a daily basis, that's something that really plays a huge part. So I just want them to know and understand that their work, like when we are playing, doesn't go unnoticed. Right.
And then, so obviously you're a fan favorite. And how'd you feel about the T-shirts?
T-shirts are on there. There's no word for it. Like you just said, they are six men. They feel like we need to help them out by giving them shirts and get them more energized and get them more into the game like they are in the game. So it's a win-win for us.
Sure. Now before the games sometimes, and even coming out of timeouts, I watch so many different parts of the game, and it's funny, like warm-ups or coming out of timeout, I watch you guys sometimes, and the music playing, sometimes, the DJ put on, and I see, like, you'll come out of a serious timeout, game could be tied, just get towards the end, and I see you just rapping along with. Who do you like? Who do you listen to?
My favorite is
It's
Lil Boosie. That's my favorite. He don't like Lil Boosie, but that's my favorite.
You're from the South.
Definitely.
Right. So why Lil?
He's the best ever.
Best
Better
ever.
than Jay-Z.
That's insulting. Like,
Yeah, we're gonna
we're gonna work on that.
Is he still locked up?
Yeah, he be out next month.
Do you
Free
have
Boosie.
a free Boosie T-shirt? I think
Yes,
we need
I
your
have
face.
plenty of 'em.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Plenty.
Okay. What about you? Who do you listen to?
Jay-Z. Yeah, that's by
Oh,
far.
man.
He's the greatest to ever do it. That's
He's
in
cool.
my opinion. So, I mean, being able to hear him on the especially after a timeout, that's something that can't go unnoticed. I mean,
Yes.
he's the greatest. So, I mean,
Yes.
I don't know. When he said Boosie was better than Jay-Z, that was insulting. I said, yo, you know what? When it comes to music,
You
I
can't
don't
even
wanna
talk
hear
to him. You can't.
that. I don't want to hear it.
You can't talk to him.
Yeah, at all.
So now, here's one thing I want to talk about. So when I played at the university, it was really interesting because there were a lot of great players that played before I got here, and then while I was here, there were some guys that played that, you know, if you were to watch them, Steve Logan and Kenyon Martin, a lot of people didn't know that they would end up the great players they are considered today. Kenyon really grinded, and Steve Logan just had this mental approach to the game that was unbelievable. And when they left here as just as legends. I think you two have done an excellent job of your growth, and the way you guys are now when you're leaving here, you're leaving, I think, just like they did. Not just. I think it's beyond points too, obviously, and the energy you bring, like Kenyon did. There are definitely similarities between you guys, but I think how you've connected with people and all that. So what that leads to my question is, when I sat down and talked with Kenyon recently, I said, Ken, did you come to UC and go, I'm gonna leave here the best ever? My jersey's gonna be up there. Did you come in with that mentality? So I want to ask you guys, what was your mentality coming into college?
Me personally, I wanted to be the guy that fit in. I mean, I wanted to be someone that did the little intangibles to help the team win. And I mean, I didn't know that I was going to be who I am today. I mean, me knowing that it was going to take a lot of hard work to really get to where I am now, and being able to just try to get my team into the tournament. I mean, that was something that played a huge part, but I never knew it would be the way it is now.
What about you?
I mean, I came in and just wanted to be the best player I can be, and just like he said, get to the tournament every year and just be known as a winner. I just wanted everyone to know that I was a winner, and that's my main goal, just to become a winner and have everybody else believe that I was a winner.
So prior to the season, you know, started, I think, how many votes did you guys have for the top 25?
1, 0.
Yeah, about 1 and 0.
0. How do you guys? So a lot of people feed off of that in different ways. Did you guys really feed off of that, or just not listen to it? And you say, you know what, we're just gonna grind it out.
Used to it.
Yeah, we're so used to it. I mean, every year they count us out of the top 25.
Right.
But I mean, when we brought it up to coach, he said something about it, and then we went back and was like, I mean, we're so used to basically not being top 25, and then as the season continues to keep growing on, we end up in the middle of it, and then the top 10. Or it'll end up something crazy. Like, I mean, then everyone look at it like, yo, how'd they get up that far? But, I mean, we're so used to being the underdog, it helps us. It puts a chip on our shoulder.
Definitely. There's no word for it. I mean, it puts chips on our shoulders. I mean, it's like a fuel. Like when you go to the car to get fuel. I mean, it's just something that you build off on. I mean, you already know people counting you out, so now they're not really watching you. So now you just grinding out, coming from the underdog, and now you're just trying to beat everybody else that they had in front of you. That's what we've been trying to do.
And what were your other choices out of high school as far as colleges?
Well, I had Florida, Florida State, Villanova, UNLV, a lot of schools. I mean, all type ACC, B12.
And what was the main reason you picked the University of Cincinnati?
My dad played for the Reds, so I was kind of familiar with the area, so why not?
Sure.
And Cronin was a good guy, and we seen things eye to eye, so it was a win-win for me.
Yeah.
I verbally committed to St. John's, and then the other schools were Seton Hall, Private. It was really mostly Big East schools, but choosing this place, I mean, me coming here on my visit, I looked at it like, yo, after I was done, like with the visit, I got on the plane, I texted Coach Cronin, I was like, yo, this is where I want to come. I don't want to visit nowhere else. Like, this was the first visit, and that was it, so.
Cool. So, also one of the things that that UC has always been, as far as a basketball program, has been one that I think a lot of kids in the area look towards the players as influences, but also with style. I think UC's always been a style-related school. I know you've recently worn those silver shoes.
Yeah, the silver circles.
Right.
Yeah.
So how much does that play in like just style? And we were talking about uniforms and all that stuff. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I mean, it feels good. I mean, knowing that you do also, like, you want to play with comfort on the court, but you also want to play with some type of flashiness towards you. I mean, you can't always be the guy that just look plain. I mean, it's different styles towards everything, but especially with our team. Like, you see guys with different haircuts, you see guys with different tattoos. I mean, it's something different, and I mean, I just really wanted to take the shoe game to a different level.
Mm-hmm. Got the headband going.
Yeah.
Now, Leonard Stokes was like the headband man
Right.
at UC before. What's up with the headband?
Well, I used to wear a hairband in high school, and I stopped wearing it. I got to college, so like my last year, why not?
Right. Your stage of Rubles his stuff's off. I see people slip on it on the court.
I mean, Rubles. So I mean, I just love the headband. I've always been wearing it, so I keep wearing it. It's been working out for me, so hey.
Yeah, without a doubt. So let's talk a little bit, and I know we're jumping ahead. I want to talk about beyond basketball. So let's not even talk about the NBA. Let's not talk about overseas. Let's talk about life stuff. And one of the things that Kenyon and I had an opportunity to do recently when we were eating at dinner, we talked about what's the next step, because he's towards the end of his career.
Right.
And he has to start thinking about business. He's like, I'm not even 40 yet. And you've got from 40 to 80, you got 40 more years. It's like Michael Jordan always said, when I'm done playing, I've got to be involved with so many business opportunities. Have you guys thought about that and thought about when the basketball stops bouncing, what do I want to do?
If not broadcasting, then I want to be a lawyer. I mean, I'm good at debating. I like debating, and I like really like arguing a little bit. But other than that, if not those two, then I mean.
Do you win your arguments with Coach
Oh
Cronin?
no. If he decided to be a lawyer, he'd be a great one. So he gets us every time. But if not that, then I would definitely want to be a coach. Definitely.
Nice. What about you?
Can't see myself leading the game. I'm gonna be a coach. I can't see it. I want to be a coach too. I'm gonna be around basketball till the day I die. I mean, I'm gonna be a coach. I'm not playing. I'm gonna be around. So I'm gonna be a coach. That's what I really can see myself doing.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you have any other hobbies or anything you're really good about that maybe the people don't know about?
I'm great at imitating people.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can just about be a twin to someone.
Yeah.
Coach Cronin?
Anybody.
Definitely.
You can do. Have you ever done it before for people?
I've done it. Yeah, I've done it before.
Yeah.
I've done it before, and it, I mean, you would have thought that the same person was in the room, but he really wasn't.
Really?
Like, I make him like the perfect example of him impersonations, and I mean, it's crazy.
He's good at it.
So can you give us something? Is it clean? Can you give us a little bit?
Give him the
You want to hear Titus?
Yeah.
Oh, you got Titus?
I got everyone.
Oh, you can imitate Titus?
I got
Okay, go ahead.
What you want the subject to be though?
He's approaching a girl on campus.
Oh, that's
And,
easy. That is
She's
easy.
walking across campus. He doesn't know her. Titus Rubles.
How you doing, girl? Then she'll continue to keep. You don't know my name? Titus Rubel, number 2 on the UC team. Yeah, so I got him down to a science.
His voice is like that.
Just like that. That on.
What about you? You have any talents?
I'm funny. I can dance a little bit.
He's a big time comedian and he got dance moves.
Just a little bit.
Oh yeah? Like
Yeah,
what kind of
some-
dance moves? Just the.
Nay, anything. Well, everything that's hip and new, I got it. I can do it all, baby.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Let's then talk about finishing out the season. So we have games left at UConn, Memphis, Rutgers, right? And then conference tournament play,
Right.
and then the NCAA. There's still a lot of season left. I think that's what fans miss out. They see, there, 4 games left in the regular season. Oh, we're towards the end of the season. It's still long.
So that's
Long
one.
journey.
It's 3 seasons. I mean,
Yeah.
it's this
Right.
season.
Tournament.
Then you got tournament.
And
Then you got the championship.
NCAA tournament.
That's the championship. I mean, if you lose there, you're not coming back. So that's the championship to me. So it's 3 seasons. You got to finish 1 strong. Now you got 2 more to finish strong.
Yeah. So as far as that's concerned, recently at the Louisville game, I had a chance to talk to one of the CBS guys, Greg Anthony, and we were talking a little bit about the different games he's watched. And he told me that, he says, I can see UC being in the Final Four easily. He says, I can see a lot of teams, make a lot of times you gotta, you have that luck.
Right.
Have you guys had any dreams about that Final Four championship game and cutting it down the nets, or are you just thinking about each game to game? Be honest too.
I had a dream the other night about cutting down the net.
Okay, tell me about it.
It's funny because I forgot who we were playing, but we were up 5. They hit a 3, and then we basically ended up being up 2. They hit another 3, came down. We shot it, we missed. They came down, hit another 3, and then so funny, Jermaine Lawrence hit a buzzer beater, mid-range shot,
Really?
and that's how it ended.
And won the championship.
Everybody just rushed the floor.
And cut down the nets.
Yeah, so it was pretty good.
Because what about you?
I mean, I think about it every day. Every time I come about UC, it just look by going to Germany to see the Final Four banners or anything. I mean, I think about it all the time. I mean, that's what I came to college to do. I didn't come to college to be a regular player.
Sure.
I came to college to be a legend, make a name for myself. Write down that you can think that you're not going to take away from Cincinnati basketball that they won a national championship. That's my main goal.
So who's somebody that influenced you growing up with the game of basketball? Like I was a big Michael Jordan fan, but then I'm not 6'6", and I really started watching tape of Allen Iverson at Georgetown. I watched him over and over because it was so cool to me that somebody his size, and I've met him, and he's not that much bigger than me,
Right.
could do the things he could do, and the fact that he had that dog in him.
Right.
And you have to at that size. So who's influenced you and why? Your game.
Charles Barkley and Kevin Garnett. Them the main 2 guys I watched when I was a young guy. Because Charles Barkley, he was in my dad era, and Kevin Garnett, when I was growing up, I was watching him. So I mean, both of them had the dog and the same mentality I had, like the
Right.
hard nose, and that's how I got my game from, just playing like them.
And Kevin Garnett talks a lot on the court, and
Yeah,
you talk a
too.
lot too. Now, here's something that's interesting. I played AAU basketball against Kevin Garnett. Shows you how old I am.
Yeah,
Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant used to rock the bald head.
man.
He used to shave his head back. Played him in AAU. A lot of the guys, Steve Nash, all those guys.
Man.
What about you?
Well, growing up, every kid wanted to be like Michael Jordan, of course. And once I realized that he was about 6'6", and I was like 6'3.5", 6'4", I mean, I kind of I started trying to implement my game from Ray Allen. I mean, knowing that he can shoot and he can really move without the ball, and just really he had he had a knack for scoring, especially when he's on the supersonic. So, I mean, I really watched him a lot.
Mm-hmm. That quick release.
Yeah, I mean, he's the way he can shoot the ball is just impeccable. Like, and I heard recently they was like that he had OCD because like he wants everything to always be perfect.
Right.
And I mean that if you look at his jump shot, I mean it does look perfect. So I mean I give him a lot of credit for that.
He's definitely worked at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you guys leave the university and somebody mentions your name or mentions your name, you want something to follow that. You want somebody to say something about you. What do you want that to be?
Hard worker. No, he's never stopped working. I mean, he was someone that whenever you looked at him, you could tell that he was always hungry just to get more. And I mean, that's really something that, I mean, especially with me and him coming in the same era in 09. I mean, what, we was in 2010?
Yeah.
2010, I mean, that was something that Coach really built in us. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't work and if you don't continue to keep trying to get better, then you're never going to be what you want to be. And I mean, that's something that me and him talk about still to this day. I mean, it's the little things that really count, but it also goes with the drive that you have within yourself to try to get to try to get you where you want to go.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Justin Jackson?
Boom. Just as a machine, like I've been saying in media, I mean, as a hard worker and machine, as a hard-nosed type of player that never gives up on the play, and always gonna give the 110%. And the guy that's known as a winner.
How did you, and you've probably been asked this a bunch of times by the media, but how did you feel about, at one point when you were, and probably naturally doing the mean face, you know, there was those reports, I think I talked to you about it after the game at one time, of people saying stuff about the mean face, like, oh, he's a thug, man, for doing that. Obviously, they don't know you.
Right.
So, and you read, though, I mean, you heard about them, and what were your thoughts on that? Where did the face come from?
Just
natural.
I don't know. We talking like I first heard about it was where were we? We was in a hotel somewhere, and I showed them my phone. I'm like, look at this, and they like called me a thug and all whatever. I mean, if you really know me, I'm far from a thug. My parents are pastors, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a far thing from a thug, and seeing that, it really didn't bother me because I know who I am and I know what I do. I just wear my heart on my sleeve. I just got a passion for the game, a love for the game that I can't control, and I just wear it on my chest. That's all it is. No thug, it's nothing like that. I'm just an animal on the court that can't be contained.
Yeah.
It's funny you said that because, like you say, when you bring up Kevin Garnett, you consider him a thug because he has passion for the game. He's the same exact way. So it's like you said, like a lot of people don't know him. They don't know what he's been through within his life, or they don't know what kind of passion he has for the game. So his way of expressing it may be that. It may be like, yo, you want to know what? If I catch a dunk this time, I just want to show like my aggression. Like I want to show what it is that's going through my mind or what's going through my body. They don't know what he's been through. So how could you say he's a thug?
I think, you know, a lot of times the fans don't realize what goes on. They watch the games,
Right.
but they don't know about the grind you put in at practice.
Exactly.
You know, the other day when I was at practice, Coach Savino was showing you some stuff on the post moves.
Right.
And you were listening to him, you were talking, and there are a lot of things that you've worked on, and if you put enough time in that and get better, and when it happens for you in the game, there's just
Joy.
it's like, I've been yelled at for so long about that, and now I've corrected it. So there's that passion, and you got the fans. I was like, people don't understand the emotion with sports.
Exactly.
So one thing I want to do is I want to, I guess, from a former player, and we're back at brothers.
Definitely.
I want to pass some knowledge on to you. And I've learned this over the years, and that is when people remember you, and you know, like when you're gone, it's not about what you have. It's about the people you've impacted. Right? So as you go on your journey beyond basketball, make sure that you're impacting more people. Be involved with the community. You know, people call you a thug, but they don't know after the games you're going out and you're shaking fans' hands, you're taking pictures all the time. You know, you've impacted a young person. You know, your ability to connect with people, social media, and showing them that you're a positive person. You're impacting those. So keep doing that. Because that's what, at the end of the day, my grandmother always says, and I say this quote a lot, she's 100-some years old, that when she passes away, she says, there's not a U-Haul truck at a funeral. You can't take all that stuff with you. What do you see at the funeral? People. People you've impacted. So keep up what you're doing. Keep impacting people and keep doing great things for the community. I want to appreciate you guys for coming. And you guys, there's the Kilpatrick jersey back there. There's the Jackson jersey. We're missing one. Jalen, can we? Just the old school Meacham. How you say?
It's nice right
It's
there.
classic, right?
That's old. So real quick, we'll talk about, before we taped, one of my superstitions my last year was not to wash my jersey. So the folks at the time, Scotty Wilhoit and those guys that would manage our stuff, I said, don't wash it. So I got blood on it, all the sweat. I didn't play a lot like you guys did,
Right,
so
right,
it didn't get, you know, all funky and all that. But quickly tell us about some of the superstitions real quick.
Our superstitions,
The whole
especially,
team habit.
yeah. I mean, we've impacted the team. Like, yo, you know what? You got to do this right and that right. Like, if we're on the away game, like going to the away game, like going to the airport, you have to sit in the same exact seat
I can
that you
tell you
sat
the
in.
seating arrangement. I can
Yeah.
tell you right now.
All the way in the back, it's me.
SK, me,
And him,
G-Long, Troy,
And
Day-Day, then
even down to the managers.
Derek,
Yeah, Derek.
Zach, no, Main Lawrence, Zach, no, Dave Lawrence, Zach, Rub, Maine, Shaq.
And it so happens Maine always messes everything up.
We
Jermaine
gotta switch
Sanders.
them too.
So we got to switch them to every time. So.
That's good. That shows, though, you know, that family, that bond you guys are building. That's pretty cool. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on, man.
Appreciate it.
And just want to let everybody out there know that I will be there at the Final Four, and I will be there at the championship game
Definitely.
Yes.
when they're tearing down the nets. And I think I might have to rush the floor.
Yeah, we need that.
Definitely.
I'll definitely be there. So I want to thank these guys. As you guys can see, they're class acts. Very good guys on and off the court. I think that's very important for all of our young kids that watch. So I appreciate you guys tuning in to Center Court, and I look forward to you guys watching more shows. Why are you laughing?
You look ridiculous.
That's the extra medium.
I'm surprised you got them blocks for that. There is a place there on the court.
You can wear the shirt.
Now these are the visuals we had.
Yeah, I like them though. It look okay?
Yeah, it looks good.
1, 2, 3.
Spark coming up. Do it. Oh, ready? Sam, now you gotta do it, Sam.
No, that's not happening.
Thank you.